Here he is, everybody, Mr. Chris Cranswick Smith. Hello.
Blackened ceviche of salmon. I've got some salmon slices here. We're going to run through that in a little bit. Beautiful New Zealand king salmon, ultra fresh. Some pickled beetroot, spiced apple, and then it's got a little bit of a dressing that we're going to throw together. Again, these are ingredients that you can just throw together really simply, right? So I've pickled celery heart salad again. If you use the centre of the leaves, the middle, the yellow ones, the bitter, they're really, really nice and crunchy, have a lot of flavour.
Really?
Avocado, lemon, sesame dressing, that's it. That's all it needs.
Hearts, okay, something new.
It's always a good idea to actually just pick them off the stem, just like this. You can chop up the stem if you like, but it just takes a little bit of that bitterness out. The stem can be a little bit bitter and a little bit too crunchy. So, look, for me, it would definitely be sort of the Basque country of Spain.
Yeah,
San Sebastian.
beautiful.
However,
great spot.
It is. However, I think for me, my most memorable experiences of my time there was when I was actually living in France, in the Basque country of France.
Yes.
But on my days off, I used to get a half-hour bus down to Spain. You'd travel over the border. You'd change cultures, change languages, tapas hop along a whole bunch of different bars down a little street. Amazing, really, really incredible.
Short distance, so many varieties.
So definitely. You know, and you're literally in another world. You know, in the space of half an hour. Something that really that we're very different here in Australia.
Yeah. Great.
Well, I think, just so it's not X-rated anymore,
No.
I think what we're going to do is... White asparagus is so beautiful.
Yes.
Really, really nice and fresh and vibrant. We don't need to do a whole lot more to it. So we're going to peel it, blanch it. I'm going to give it a very, very quick sear as well. I love to sear asparagus. It just gives it a real certain meatiness to it. Meat for vegetarians, I believe, as they once sold mushrooms. What I wanted to get into, when you're actually choosing fresh seafood, even fresh meat for that matter, I personally love having my own personal little fishmonger or butcher. It's great to get to know your local guy down at a local shop. And I think the art form of your local fishmonger or local butcher is really gone. You know, they're there to actually really help you choose the best piece of fish or meat for you for that night. I'm just trying to chop the parsley really, really finely.
Really fine.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We can leave it nice and rustic, but I think for the purposes of this, we're going to chop it really nice and fine.
Where does it go when we chop it?
On the floor at the moment.
No, but where's it going to go in some dish?
Yeah,
set that aside.
But what we actually did, I like to play on textures a lot, so we did a little tart fiend underneath with the pears on top, glazed with the sherry mixture. Yeah. And then we also did one here where we actually stuffed the pears in the middle again, so you get the two different textures of the puff pastry and through there. Really nice and fresh and sweet, a little bit of ice cream on top.
So good.
All it needs. Fresh piece of salmon. You want something where the eyes are still quite wide. You don't want them where they've gone too cloudy. That means the fish is getting a little bit old. There should be just a little bit of slime sort of on top of the fish. That's a beautiful fresh layer that you get when the fish are really fresh. And the gills should still be beautiful and red as well. Yeah. Okay. We're going to do a little caramelised Whitloff ice cream with a mandarin fruit salad.
Interesting.
Are you serious?
I'm for cereal.
You made that up. Okay.
Right, we're just caramelising the Whitloff. I'm going to leave one piece in there for presentation.
Yep.
And these other ones, just be very careful because the sugar's very hot.
Right.
Blend yourself. We're going to blend up with the ice cream.
Because Whitloff is a little bit bitter.
Very bitter.
So this makes it much sweeter. That's the whole idea of this caramelising story.
Exactly.
We'll come back and see that in just a minute.
Is understand the recipe, right? Have a good look through all the ingredients and then the method, and then just understand what's going on within that recipe. It's quite easy to chop and change ingredients as... So what I wanted to do was show a few really simple things that uni students especially can sort of recreate at home. So I'm going to start with the absolute basics, which is baking some bread.
Baking some... We got time to bake bread?
Yeah, it's always time to bake bread. I can do some house-made salami bread with some molten bocconcini.
Yep.
To start, after that,
delicious.
I'm going to take the polenta. I'm going to do some little crispy polenta balls with roast tomatoes and again some bocconcini. Again, I love bocconcini. It's so beautiful and soft. Afterwards, we'll do a roast tomato tart with some puff pastry.
That's lovely.
And then to finish, because we started with the bread, I just figure we'll finish with it as well. So I'll do some walnut loaf with a roasted pear and maple glaze.
And that's what you're cooking?
Yeah.
Never work with a blunt knife, yeah? Blunt knife in the kitchen is the worst thing you can possibly do. There are people out there that will put a nice sharp edge on your knife for all about $2 for you. Yeah, it makes cooking much more efficient, much safer as well, really, really.
Yeah.
Making the polenta, when you make polenta, you want to rein it in, so to speak. So just little...
10 minutes, by the way, everybody.
Drizzle like so.
Yep, and so then a little at a time.
Yeah, and then the polenta's actually just going to expand and cook as it goes. It will take about 5-10 minutes.
I love polenta. Why is it called stem ginger?
Because it comes from right up the very tip of it, the stem where the root is, I believe.
It's always wonderful to be a part of you and this Channel 10 family. So thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. And we've got gifts for you. Tony, other little cabbage roll, head chef and owner, Emmylou Restaurant, Surrey Hills. Chris Cranswick-Smith, thanks so much for joining us today. Find all the recipes on the website. Goodbye.